Hello everybody again and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host Mike and with me I have old Kage.
Hey there.
Kage, what's going on?
Just looking at some comments, ready to talk about the market and whatnot.
Okay, we've got a decent show planned for you tonight. We're going to go over some of the new breaking news on gas prices and as well as the Ukraine situation, the developing, because it's going to tie into one of the first stocks that we're going to be talking about, which is NSAV. It's one of the top stocks as far as being talked about now, and it's rising. What do you have so far about gas and Ukraine, how you tie these two in there, Kage?
It looks like the AAA said that the ongoing tensions between Russia and Ukraine are also contributing to rising oil prices, given that Russia is a member of OPEC, crude-producing allies of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries.
Kage, wouldn't it have been a good idea not to cut the Keystone pipeline and not drill in the United States, considering that you have all these freaking problems going on right now?
It would definitely alleviate some pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like a big release valve that could have helped.
Because right now, you have Biden. This came over through the wire this evening here. Biden closes the embassy in Kiev and orders the destruction of the computers because of accelerating buildup of Russian troops. President Boris Johnson's situation in Ukraine is fragile, but the window of diplomacy with Putin remains to avoid invasion. So that's coming down from the Daily Mail there. So you have those two deals, and then you have they have that fluid situation, and then you have the regime is completely circling here as far as, and so what we have to say to you guys is make some safe choices when you're out there. Wouldn't you say there, Kage?
Oh, absolutely. If there are people in Ukraine that are wanting to go home to America, I would suggest leaving now. Just pack your bags and go.
The Tweedledees were saying, there's been floating rumors out there saying, oh yeah, they're gonna hit on this, they're gonna invade on the 16th. They're not. If someone's gonna telegraph what they're doing on the 16th, they're not just gonna show up and say, hey, I'm gonna invade. Is that violates every art of any type of war, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Sun Tzu always said for war and everything, always keep your enemy off balance.
Mm-hmm.
If he believes that you are far away, be real close to him. If he believes you are close to him, be far away. Don't have your plans in the open strike like lightning.
Mm-hmm. We're telling you guys this stuff right now because we want you to be prepared before we talk about some of these stocks. One of these stocks is a sleeper stock. Some of you might have wrote it off and thrown it away, and you've been slow to troll on it and things. It is NSAV, NSAV. So the reason why we go off to this point there is because you're going to see an overbought market start to retract. That's why you're seeing this retraction. So one of the safer plays to watch and to put on your watch list, and it has a seeming pattern to it, is NSAV. NSAV. Last tick on this one, Kage, it's one of the most top popular stocks. It's hitting all the promotion lists. So we've talked about this over and over again. When you go to look for your buy point with this particular stock, and we're going to go into why you should watch it, its last tick on the wire was 0.025. Okay guys, so NSAV is an integrated technology company. It's provided the turnkey technology solutions in the cryptocurrency blockchain market. Now, if you've been hiding under a rock within the past 6 to 8 months and you haven't seen this stock, it's a cryptocurrency exchange. With these guys, the latest news on this, Kage, what do you have from the twits as far as what the real traders are saying on this one?
How about this comment from Market Humbles Many?
Okay.
It says, NSAV, liking the close over 0.02 up to 11.44% to start the week. Seems like some people are finally seeing the value in all the great news that has been coming out for weeks. Congrats to NSAV shareholders hanging in there.
Yeah, it's been a rough ride, and you know what? Some of you got in on the cheap seats, like we told you to put yourself on the watch list and things like that. And that's where you got, because 3 days ago, you saw the gravitation towards the momentum of this stock going up because on Yahoo you have that NSAV signed a definitive agreement to acquire 50% stake in Vagabond Technology Solutions. It looks like the company today announced the company has signed a definitive agreement to acquire 50% stake in Vagabond Solutions with together further develop market Vagabond's rapidly growing blockchain protocol. The primary goal of NSAV Vagabond partnership is aimed at simplifying the digital corporate process. The objective is also to further develop an industrial standard that governs and exchange the usage of company data along with value chains of the blockchain. This would harmonize the further automated process within the two companies, thus achieving substantial gains given the strength of NSAV and Vagabond's network across different sectors. The whole economy stands to gain from the collaboration. So there you have it on that. What do you got, Kage, from StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. What do you got on your end there?
How about this comment from Benz44? He says, NSAV, sold, steady climb is the goal. This is only the beginning. Stay patient, stay positive, and stay strong. NSAV strong. Totally bullish.
Okay, Kage, I have one comment that's pretty interesting. I find it's from FlyLopa2295. He said, moment of silence when people who unwatched in the last few weeks, 22.95. So all of you guys that were out to 22.95, you're gonna lose because if crap breaks, if the crapeth hits the faneth, and we go reverse course like where we should because the market with inflation is going back down, you know, that's just, you have to go into a recession in order to fix the issues what we have, and then we're getting conflicting information out of the Fed about interest rates as far as they're basically putting out their code words of what type of as far as interest rate raising and everything, and I'll have to take another show to go into those code words as far as what language they're using and things like that. But with that, you're going to see a gravitation towards these types of companies like NSAV. Not saying that NSAV is going to do that. I'm saying that you should probably put it on your watch list because that is why you're seeing so more of this movement. As the negative news continues for the regime, so goes this stock as far as that it goes up while the regime goes down. And same as far as companies like this. So I would be looking towards that or be looking to some of the other biopharmaceuticals and things like that. What do you have, Kage, from the twits there as well?
How about this comment from Polish Warbear? He says, bullish, NSAV. Well, someone got really sick of the 400K block at 2.204. And it took out 3 million more sells than buys, and we're up 21 ticks. What does that tell you? A little manipulation, maybe.
Yeah, there's obviously always going to be manipulation with what's happening with some of these. Kage, is it too far of a reach to say with the Ukrainian crisis that is happening before us, if there is an invasion within the next couple days, couple weeks, or whatever, or months, would you say, is that too much of a hot take to say that you will see this one go up if that's the case, just because of all the bad things happening? As the economy goes, this thing just goes off because it has so much as far as pull with the cryptocurrency and the NFT tokens and things like that. That just is going to go for. What do you think?
I think as people move away from fiat and that there's instability with these countries and everything, we're definitely going to see things go up for the cryptos and other currencies.
Well, you've also noticed, too, with the Canadian trucker strike and things like that, you've seen other people on the boards and saying we need to go and try to trade other types of crypto. Doesn't mean to say they're doing Bitcoin, they're doing other types and trying to come up with other forms of trading to try to beat out these banks, because you're seeing a lot of debanking. Now, where have we seen them do debanking in countries? They're starting to do it here for their political opposition they don't agree with, but you're also seeing them do that in communist countries you have normally. But you're seeing it in the Western world. I wonder where they're getting that from. Where do you think that's from?
I think there's too much, what's the word, coincidence?
There are no coincidences, but there are no
system and the rest of the currencies that are, failing.
Yeah, there are no conspiracies, Kage, but there are no coincidences either. So that's just something to put on your pipe and smoke it there. Uh, it was at Ebertube 1255 says, I don't get it. I don't even go up a penny, and you guys are shooting off like rocket swimming pools with full of money. Did you buy 80 million shares, 9/10 of a penny? Well, some of us did. You know what I'm saying, Kage? Some of us weren't sleeping at the wheel when we did, so yeah, I am a shareholder, I will say, but I will tell you if there was bad things happening, and I'm not going to tell you to go and buy this. You need to figure out if this stock is right for you and do your investigations. So I have done mine, and I'm admitting to you where I'm at. What else do you got here?
How about this comment from Jalon at 1989? He says, NSAV, looks like a second win could happen today. 20% plus, not out of the question.
Yeah, you also have Jalen 1989 has he has a meme he posted up here, and he's got the whole White House press corps saying 10. That group of people right there is not one of the most respected people. I would not be putting a meme of the White House press corps. There's like 5 or 8 people that actually do their job in the whole press corps. The rest of them are freaking paid shills that haven't done a damn thing for America. So it's like the worst journalism I've ever seen in my entire life. So
I think they need to go back to journalism school in the year that they graduated, because obviously they haven't learned anything.
Yeah, like I say, there's like 8 to 10 good ones in there. But the rest of them is you're not a decent journalist if you carry the cooler just because you want to go to a party with some of the politicians. They're not your friends. They're never your friends, and they're going to throw you under the bus anyway. So you might as well.
That's what you get when you sell yourself out.
Yeah, you sell yourself to the devil. They're just going to toss you away and throw you in the trash. So it's time to start doing your jobs, guys, because they're not going to protect you, or they're just going to throw you out like yesterday's news. So
yesterday's breakfast.
Mm-hmm. What else do you got there on the boards? Considering we have like 3-day-old news, but this thing is popping, like I said, because of the negative news. And as you're going to see other stocks like this, you're going to see gold, all forms of commodities, things like that. You're going to see that take off as that instability. The reason why the regime is wagging the dog, because they're circling the drain. They have nothing to run on. They're wagging the dog with Ukraine because they have nothing else here. They're losing the economy. They're losing everything and I'm not saying this. I've said this. If you go back to my year videos a year ago, go back to all of them. I've been pretty consistent as far as said what to look for and what to prepare for. We're just about at that moment, and we're hitting the retraction right now. What else you got? What else do you have here?
How about this take from Dawn of the Bleh? He says, bullish. NSAV, the Bears were having their heyday.
Oh, yes, they were.
The averaging down and increasing my share to 1 million. They can all suck because I always knew this is going to back up.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be even richer. Thanks for the discount.
Yeah, thanks for the cheap seat. 3 weeks ago, it was 3-4 weeks ago, and months ago we were talking about this over and over again. I was like, make sure you find a buy point to get in. Thanks for the cheap shares that you guys sold us, man. I really appreciate it. I'm freaking laughing, man. You know what, Kage? Cheers to them. Here, too bad there's not scotch in the water, man, you know? So, you got anything else there on NSAV?
I think it's pretty obvious that there's a whole bunch of bulls for this stock, and they're pretty happy that they have their shares.
Yeah, we're just going to have to see how this plays out. He got a long way to go more. I mean, this thing, a year ago about this time, we were in the 7s. And if you cashed out then, you made some coin and you got yourself some booze and boats. But you had another chance to get in at the cheap. We've been hammering all the time this year. Hammer, action. You know, take a look at it. So now you have what's playing out, and then we'll see what happens going forward. We're going to go to the next. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is PHUN. PHUN. Last tick was $3.53. This is considered what the alphabet media calls the meme stocks. Now, Kage, with the meme stock, I didn't know if you noticed in the Super Bowl commercial yesterday, one of the big dogs out there advertised it's like, all the retail traders out there, they're starting to use memes. Oh, why? Because we're not paying attention to you guys and we're not losing money. There are actually a lot more people probably made money this year than a lot of people lost. There's more new money people out there now because They didn't listen to the shills on TV with their pom-poms out trying to root for things, telling you to sell. And then when you read the shit, it sells off and then you lost your dough. Is that the kind we're talking about there?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
That commercial offended a lot of people. There was a lot of people on Twitter talking about how pissed off they were. But it was typical typical alphabet media style, corporate media, blaming the meme traders and things like that, and mocking them. Basically, that ad seemed like a lot of people were like, "Dude, you guys are mocking us." Like, yeah, they have no respect for you. We've been saying that for years. You know what I'm saying there, Kage?
Yeah. And basically, the market's going to do what the market's going to do, despite what they want it.
Yeah, and so the news popping with this one, as far as it is being promoted right now, guys. So be aware on that. As far as funware, you are seeing PennyStocks.com talk about it. I was going to go into a little bit of article about that. What do you have on the twits where the real traders are out there, Kage?
How about this one from Jim64? He says, "Fun, bullish. It's always nice to see to end green, but these little moves is not what this stock is about. When it's time, we will make a big move with great volume, and it will be repeated 2 or 3 times level off and continue up at a much more gradual rate. Now that's what we're all here for, I think. At least I know I am." He's muscle. He's trying to muscle us.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also have, so on pennystock.com, they put out a plug out here for funware, and they put, on Monday, the U.S. announced to be closing its embassy in Kiev alongside relocating certain diplomats. So we keep on getting the war drum beat. The Secretary of State, Anthony Beach Blanket Blinken, stated that this is due to the dramatic acceleration in the buildup of Russian forces. Now, this would lean towards the defense stocks of all time, which I would say they're gravitating towards that. We've talked about some of the defense stocks. You probably want to look at those too, because with the neocon and the uniparty ramping up the war machine and things like that, because they're going to be pumping out, they're going to try to pump out to the guerrillas there all this extra equipment there. Look to some of those stocks there, like we brought up before, because if you didn't see this coming over the last year, which we tried to warn about, and we warned about on our other show, Patriot Talk, a while ago, that these things were going to happen, is what it is. But okay, Kage, so you have something about big media and big tech, huh? There's a comment. This comment is actually something that's pretty relevant here. So because these people are not your friends. Go ahead, read that one.
This is a comment from Last Time Investor One. He says,
very good comment.
PHUN bullish. And the CEO says, "Media is the enemy of the people. It's time to start making their lives as miserable as they try making everyone else's. Same with big tech. Full pathetic behavior."
Yeah, guys, they've screwed you over. They've screwed all of us over. They pretty much carry the cooler for corruption for these people from both sides of the aisle. It's not one aisle, it's 2 aisles. It's a uniparty. And they've made it so you've paid more and more. They give you misinformation. They give you misinformation on stocks. When they give you the misinformation on stocks, what happens? They go and hook up their buddies with the promos. They tell you to get out, that it's a bad time to buy, and then what happens? It goes up again because they told you to buy out. You got it. I'm not saying don't read their stuff. I'm saying look through it, take it with a grain of salt, and do your own research. Just because an article said to sell does not mean that you need to sell. They've ruined your game. They've made you pay. They've made you, because they didn't cover all the stories that you needed to be covered for due diligence of what a real press is supposed to do. You're paying high gas prices. You're paying more as far as getting your food, your heating, everything. They've made your life a living hell. So have no respect for them until they start doing their job. So exactly like he said, do not respect them. No respect for them at all, because they're not doing their job. And it's not another politician thing, like carry the cooler for this guy or everything. It's an American people thing. Remember, it's for America. It's not, or it's for the world. If you're another country, your politicians in your place have made your life a living hell as well. So what do you have to do? You have to make the media, make them the living hell, because they didn't cover the things that they were supposed to cover, and they're not straight shooting for you. So you need straight shooters out there from all ends. That's all I'm saying. What else you got there, Kage? I went off on my rant.
Well, yeah, these people that are talking to us in the news, in the mainstream news are not your friends.
No, they're not your friends. They're all in it for the cocktail parties, the inside baseball. There's certain senators I know, I won't name on the camera or whatever, but the inside baseball on stocks for them is like really good. I heard their inside baseball is way awesome as far as what they got for some of the stocks there, and that's why people try to get in on their staffing as far as be part of their staffing people for as far as in the inside there, because why wouldn't you get all the inside baseball on the stocks? Why not join and be an intern there or something? The inside baseball is supposed to be great. Would you guys like to have that fair advantage? Unfair? I would not. I would never want to have that unfair advantage. Why? Because I'm not a sellout. So, but yeah. What else? What else do you got there?
How about this comment from Underwater Forever? He says bullish. PHUN. I put a after hours order in for 500 shares at $3.35. Order was placed at 4:04 p.m. and it didn't fill. Anybody ever have this happen to them? I don't see how the price could go to 3.30 without my order filling. I use E-Trade.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do there as far as whatever ones you decide to use. I've got REN07. I'm not gonna carry the cooler for any type of things unless I get a paycheck, and then I could share that paycheck with some of my listeners who have helped me come along the way and helped me get there. So I would share that love with them. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that too many plugs unless I like a product or something like that I actually want to talk about that I can. RENF007 says, looking at the yearly performance of PHUN, it did better than 99% of all the other stocks. So there you go on that. That's a decent stat there. It also says it's one of the better performing stocks in the software industry since it outperforms 99% of 339 stocks in the same industry. Did you know that, Kage? That's an interesting stat he brought out there. So
yeah, interesting.
What else do you have there?
How about this from Ryu? He says, PHUN, either way we see a new accumulation phase of new hedge funds, including big names such as Vanguard, BlackRock, Susquehanna. As of today, we saw an increase of institutional holded shares from 6.8% to up now at 7.74%. We also grew the number of holding institutions from 57 to now 62, which just happened today. 5 new big boys in the game. Good times coming.
RENF007, he's bringing the freaking heat tonight. Okay, Kage, you have another take that you brought up that you found interesting, and I found an interesting take on Vanguard here that I'd like to bring up here.
Okay. This is a comment from Lost in the Mist. He says, PHUN. Although I'm a little worried due to war hysteria, but PHUN can be a crazy monster in any situations, especially when asked is red.
Yeah, some of that, there's going to be a lot of war of words and things like that. Let's just hope there's not a false flag or anything like that where a bunch of people get hurt. That's all we can hope for, the best that they can work this out and hope for a diplomatic solution. This way people all around the world will be safe and we don't have to hear any of this crap, because this stuff it could have been avoided. It can be avoided. It's just the two goofballs can't agree on anything, and their politicians behind them. So you have RENF007 says Vanguard Group has filed the 13F HR form disclosing ownership of 3,289,375 shares of Phunware. The total holdings valued at $8,651,000. Vanguard Group has had filed previous for this, disclosing 2,000,000 of 371,684 shares of Phunware, and it has the value there. But with that, you could see the movement towards that, why they're gravitating towards that. So they see the value there. That's a huge heavy hitter, and you know what kind of crap they play there, Kage, huh?
Yeah.
Not our favorite people in the bunch. They're part of the problem. They're part of the problem where we are at now. But they're coming into this because they must know something. I wonder what they know there, Kage. They wouldn't be moving towards that situation if they didn't know something, or their people didn't, their investors didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a reason for what they're doing. So they're not just moving there for just to play patty cake with them, you know, and things like that with the investors. So
Yeah.
what else you got there?
I think we're done with this one.
Yeah, there basically I've got more news from the retail traders, which is I'd rather hear from them than hear from the alphabet media. The alphabet media is doing the same thing like some of the other news. They're on the stay away. They'll come to the party late so when they can get their buddies to go and short it. So we don't hear too much from the alphabet media on this one. It actually might be a good thing. So they'll come late to the party like they always are. They're late to the party and everything, and then everybody's like, "Oh, I should have did this." Well, here's an idea. Don't listen to the alphabet media all the time. Go and try to get other sources of information. Broaden your horizons. Get every single freaking piece of social media. This way you can follow the liberal side, the right side, the middle side, the bottom side, the top side, whatever side you follow, because all of it, take it into and make your decision before you make your decision on their side. Because what they're doing is they're trying to hook up their buddies for the cocktail party. Because they'll be like this. They'll be like, "Oh, ha ha ha. Dude, I got the meme traders to sell a bunch of stuff, so you could pick it up cheap, dude. That was a funny thing what I did when I wrote that article, and they got paid for it, and then you got toasted." So there you go. That's just the life of the alphabets there. So do you got anything to add, or you're pretty much out then, right?
I'm pretty much out for this.
Okay, the next one we're going to a gold stock. Now this gold stock, the next one we're going to talk about, guys, it is going to show up. It is showing up on promotion lists in a lot of places. And it's one of those stocks they're talking about just because, what we talked, I believe we possibly talked about this or mentioned another gold company a week or two ago. But you should have been following gold when Q Card got elected, when we talked about moving towards some of these things in different shows from the past. If some of you join us, we're happy for you to join us. So if you're coming late to the party, but this show we try to introduce you to some of the stocks that are out there and tell you if they're good plays or watchouts or things like that. So this one we found was one of the top movers right now. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is NGD. NGD, New Gold Incorporated. Last tick was $1.89, and it's lost about 3 cents, which is insignificant after hours. We don't need to cover that. What do you think that they do there, Kage?
I think they're into mining and whatnot, but
yeah, they're into some kind of mining.
Other forces are behind it.
Yeah, it's a gold mining company which engages in the operation of development and exploration of mineral properties. It includes the Rainy River, New Afton, Cerro San Pedro. The company was founded January 31st, 1980, and is headquartered in the People's Republic of Toronto, Canada. Honk and go truckers, huh?
I think that's Ontario, but close enough.
Well, all of Canada, dude. That's for all. It's for all of Canada, everywhere. They're protesting all over, man. So
yeah,
honk if you got them there. So what do you got there on stock twits? Because that's where the real traders are at. What do you have on the twits there?
How about this one from Gracia D? She says, bullish NGD, lovely stock with potential in the near future. Need to break $1.82 before $2, which is very soon, guys, and $4 by end of the year.
That might not be that far of a reach with the way we're going as far as with things circling the drain. Gold stocks are definitely something to watch and take a look at. I do not see gold retreating anytime soon. What I do see retreating is the Dow. So I have a plug here on Yahoo. It says Jin Mining, and if I butchered that, please forgive me. So we don't have all the pronunciations all here. We try our best. Has closed a strategic $2.5 million investment from New Gold Incorporated, following the closing of the non-brokered private placement, which placed gross proceeds of $2,534,686 from the placement of $8,893,635. Charity flow through the shares priced at 0.285 per share. New Gold now holds 9.9% of Jimin in the second step transaction and part of the partial completion of the offering. New Gold acquired its position at 30% discount of the subscription price. So going into this, New Gold owns New Afton Mine, located 10 miles west of Kamloops, And the new Afton mine produced 41,074 ounces of gold, equivalent to a quarter ending December 31st, 2021. Jimin's president and CEO says building strategic relationships with active partners in the community's jurisdiction extends to Jimin's long goals. Jimin is looking forward to enhancing relationship with New Gold. The initial decision was to invest in Jimin projects and develop plans, an excellent starting point. Kage, what do you have there from the twits? Because that's where the real traders are at. What's the as far as the retail traders and twit traders sentiments there?
I think I see mostly bulls for this stock.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one from Chess Newine. He says NGO daily sold action for gold miners again today into mixed overall tape after a stagflationary ADP number this morning. Jobs number Friday should be the big test, but New Gold is another solid long setup to watch.
Let's see if they try. At least you talk about the U.S. jobs report.
I don't think it has. I don't think it's the U.S. jobs report.
Oh, he's saying the Canadian jobs report.
I don't know. It could be both. If he doesn't say.
Oh. Well, if it's the U.S. jobs report, those are already manipulated numbers anyway. You don't even know what truth's coming out of anything. It was already with the numbers they put out the last jobs report. It was fictitious. Let's just call it that. Fun fact about the company: the Kensville mine was British Columbia's first rock hard gold mine, having been discovered in 1887. So you have some history behind this stock, guys. In 2009, the previous operator produced 43 and a 101 report. Now historic, based on the detailed sampling conducted within the mine, disclosed measured indicated resources estimated at 16,289 ounces and a forward resource estimate of 356,949 ounces of gold. So there is stock in there is gold in these freaking mines there. Preparation date to compromise the building of mine camps includes connecting hydropower, completing the engineer work, and issuing permits, developing the new 12,000 meter decline to conduct diamond drilling to outline the 10,000 bulk samples. So you have that news as well there. What else do you have from the twits?
How about this one from Stock Change? He says, NGD, gold has cleared the breakout point. The Fed must have stopped naked futures contracts. First time since 2009 that Fed has given up on holding gold down.
Yeah, because they know which way the wind blows. They can see everything going. Especially they know that the interest rate raising is coming, and they're introducing special terms to that. Rumors of 3 to 7 hikes. We'll see what rumors and what is actually being played and where they're going to go. What else do you got?
How about this one from the VPLM rocket ship? He says, bullish. NGD, nice day today. My calls all good. Rolling them out a month and higher strike.
I've got a take here from I've got some news from Yahoo. This is a week ago. Gold Mountain delivers first shipment of ore to New Gold Inc. They're pleased to announce they completed their first delivery of ore in New Gold Inc.'s New Afton mine in Kamloops, British Columbia, located 133 kilometers from the Elk gold mine. So you're getting a lot of production out of here, and good time. I would say the production's. I think they were working overtime in 2021 because they saw what was going on, and they're like, dude, we got to get freaking things ramping up and keep the cranking going. Don't you think there? They knew everything was going to hell in a handbasket really quick, and they were like, dude, we need to freaking pump up the gem and get this stuff out of here. So they must have gave some good bonuses this year. What else you got there?
How about this one from Insider Finance? He says, momentum activity. NGD is the number 24 ticker with momentum activity traded by institutions with options transactions. Volume 2.0 times the average daily volume, the leading indicator of market movement.
Yeah, because a lot of people saw this report that I'm reading now. It says in this article, it says, following the extended provincial review of the approval of New Gold's custom milling permit, the company is now positioned to deliver a higher grade of ore to accommodate its year one production profile. The material was mined 1300 in the 1300 vein near historic Pit 2, where the last mine of 2012-2014 an average grade of 16.7 G/T. The initial delivery marks the company's transition into cash flow and revenue generation. Do you hear that? Cash flow and revenue generation. Under the terms of ore purchase agreement to New Gold, the company is paid a monthly basis for the ore delivered. Ownership of ore transfers to New Gold upon delivery, eliminating all risk of recovering of Gold Mountain. What else do you have there on the twits? Because, like I said, the timing on this, as far as their production, could not come out as better than any of this here. Now, am I saying to buy in this week? Absolutely not, Kage. Why is that?
Because it's promoted and everything, and
everybody's talking about it. You got to be cautious. You need to find your buy point, because you could get in today, and possibly everybody's shorting out because the shorters are getting out, and you're stuck, and you're going to get frustrated. And if you're new, you're going to sell because you don't know what you're doing. Now, I'm telling you this here because I'm just a straight shooter, and I call it as I see it, and I want to make sure you don't make a dumb decision. So, I mean, I'd rather sometimes that people you don't have to listen to this video, just go out to other places and find things. I don't care. I'm just trying to give you as much as I can. What else you got there from the twits?
How about this from one from Smithers Dithers? He says, bullish, NGD. I don't think people realize that this company is on the verge of either becoming debt-free or buying out the on-teacher pension fund, or perhaps a hybrid of share buybacks.
Yeah, and we're not. This isn't a stock where we're taking out our pom poms and we're cheering it. We're just telling. We're looking at that's what's on the table and the information presented to us, and we're looking as far as everything combined out there, and we're seeing the tea leaves with what's going on in the world. The world's going to hell in a handbasket very fast, and so. It's going down that slope, and when you see production like this and you see things, and not saying that this is the one you got to go to. There's other things, other gold companies, but check out gold, period, wherever you are. If you don't want to get into this, go buy some freaking coins. What do I know? Since purchasing the project from Equinox, our primary focus has been putting the mine back into production. When going public in December 20, they had to go to restart Elk and the development of a million-ounce producer. They're very pleased to deliver this update to the loyal shareholders. The Elk project is now an execution story. I'd like to thank those involved in bringing Elk Gold Mine back to life. So it seems, I hate to say this analogy, but it seems whatever that this company touches turns to gold. They can get things going again. So that's a good sign that what they did. And again, we've looked into history, and they worked hard, and the employees of the company worked hard in 2021. They're producing, and whatever they're touching is turning to gold. I hate to say it, but that's just what it is. So what else you got there on the twist?
How about this one from Stock Titan? He says, NGD. The New Gold announces closing of Blackwater Gold Stream for US $300 million, and it's got a link to the stock on his comments.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that is really, really good for gold. Anyway,
yeah.
That company.
Yeah. So with this one, I'd say decent watch. Find your buy point if you're going to get in there, wherever you're going to get in there. I like what I'm seeing so far. It's just wherever people need to find their comfortability of where they're at. I think this looks like a strong and decent play, especially going forward with the dog show we got now in the world, huh? Okay, Kage. So that's all I got from these other three stocks in this show. What are you outro or what?
I'm out. It's getting late, and we got a big day tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So don't make it a dog show, and remember what's up?
Good night now.
Yeah, you got the good night, and I've got to say is you got to make it to Friday so you could even speed on the highway. And good night now!